Thank you very, very much. Now, I guess that all of you folks all know people who sort of have a little knack of doing all sorts of things around the house, chores that have to be done, and they usually can do it in a very professional manner. They can reupholster or refinish the furniture. They can panel the dining room or even build a new room right on the house without getting any expert help. But when Ethel and Albert decide to save just a little bit of money by papering a room themselves, well, just about anything is likely to happen, and it usually does. I know that you want to see what happens when Peg Lynch, who writes the script about it, and Alan Bunce, who plays the part of Albert, get together in the midst of such an experiment. So suppose you come on now, and we'll go over right away to 444 Edgecombe Road at Sandy Harbor and see just what is happening.
Hello? Honey?
I'm coming. Oh, you started without me.
Yeah, well, I had the paper all cut, and you came up with the paste, and then you just disappeared, so...
Oh, I was talking to Mrs. Fraley. I told her we were wallpapering. She said, are you doing it yourself? And I said, yes. And she thought it was so wonderful,
I don't know why people think it's so wonderful. I mean, nothing to it.
Isn't there?
No, I mean, doesn't that look all right?
Just beautiful,
Yeah.
there. Just beautiful. It really does. I was kind of worried. I thought maybe when I picked an étoile like that, with outdoor pastoral scenes, it was going to be too busy.
Yeah.
Oh, it just looks lovely. It's going to look very nice in this room, dear.
Yeah, can you imagine
nice.
that guy wanting $40 to paper this room?
Yeah.
40 bucks.
40.
Yeah.
I know.
All right, now come on, let's get going. Kind of fun, huh?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Yeah,
Now, let's get the directions.
Isn't that
here,
one of
sir.
my shirts?
Oh, yes, I guess so, dear.
You guess so. You know darn well it is. Why is it whenever there's any dirty work to be done around this house, you always put on one of my shirts?
Well, I don't like this one very well.
Oh, you don't like it? Well, I do.
Well, it's awfully hard to iron, dear. I'll be kind of glad when it wears out.
Yeah, well, maybe you give it to me then. Happens to be one of my favorites.
Oh, I'm not going to hurt it. Come on, let's get the paste
All
on
right,
this
come
one.
on, yeah.
I want to see how it works.
Boy, I tell you certainly made an awful batch of this, didn't you? You mixed up an awful lot, old dishpan full.
Well, we're going to paper the whole room.
Yeah. Yeah, you made it awful thick, too, didn't you?
Oh, I followed the directions, then I put in an extra package. Let's see.
An extra? What for?
Well, like coffee, one for the pot.
This is wallpaper paste, for Pete's sake. You don't put in one for the pot.
Oh, well, I always put in a little extra than things call for.
Oh, you do. I mean, why is it that women simply cannot follow directions?
I followed directions, dear. A little extra paste isn't going to do any harm. It'll just make it stick better.
All right. Come on now.
Yeah.
Let's get going here.
Yeah.
No, as a matter of fact, it may take us a good 2 hours to do this whole room.
You think so?
Yeah.
It might take that long.
7 o'clock. Now, maybe we can catch the late movie,
Yeah.
huh?
Sure.
All right, come on now.
Nothing to this. Now, let's see. Where are we here?
I think we're up to step number 4 there.
Oh.
Yeah.
By the way, Mrs. Fraley paid $53 to get a room papered.
No.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Silly.
Yeah.
Better to put your money in a nicer paper and do it yourself.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, let's see. Step 4. To get a truly vertical start in hanging your paper, run plumb line through chalk, then hang chalk line and plumb bob from top of wall to the right of corner or door at a point 1/2 inch less than width of trimmed paper. Snap chalk line against wall. I don't even know what it means.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Well, you have to, you take the, no, we don't have to worry about that anyway.
No. Sometimes I think they make directions sound a lot more complicated, than actually doing it.
Yeah.
Fold it, dear. Fold it.
Yeah.
I gotta fold it.
All right.
Here's what it says. Pick up corners of pasted end of strip and fold over balance of pasted area.
Yeah.
Do not crease at fold.
Do not crease it fold.
Yeah.
All right. Get even here.
Get even. Be careful. Oh, don't
All right,
break
I
it
got
now. Yeah.
All right, fold it over.
Yeah. No, pull it up. Here, pull it up. Pull it up so you get the rest of the paper now.
Yeah. All right.
Pull it up this way.
Now.
Oh, isn't it a pretty paper, honey?
Yeah.
You really like it?
Uh-huh.
You don't like it.
I do.
But you're not crazy about it.
Listen, for Pete's sake, we're already putting it
I
up.
don't want it if you're not crazy about it.
Look, I'm crazy about it.
Well, you don't sound crazy about it. You don't have that tone in your voice that you always have when you're crazy about something.
Look, for Pete's sake, we put in at least 3 months looking at every sample of wallpaper that was ever designed, and we picked this one. And I'm just crazy about it. I'm just crazy about it. How's that?
Well, I'd like you to like it, too.
All right, I'm in love with it. I'm mad about it. Now, come on, will you? Let's get going.
Yes. Now, let's see. Now, I think the beige background's really going to be lovely with the woodwork. And, you know, the red figures will just blend in beautifully with the rug, don't you think, honey?
Uh-oh. Stretch it up. All right, now, look, I'll tell you what we do, honey. I'll get up on the ladder,
All
see?
right.
And then you pick up the paper and hand it to me, all right?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. First, you know, one nice thing about this, dear, one nice thing about this, you won't ever have to worry, you know, starving to death. We can always get a job hanging wallpaper, you know.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
this way, here.
All right, let me take it.
Yeah, careful, careful.
Okay.
Oh, I wish this were our room instead of the guest room, honest. It's so pretty, and
Yeah.
it looks so much nicer with painted walls, the paper than painted walls, don't you?
Yeah.
There, look out, honey.
Get around the corner
yeah,
there.
I know. Yeah.
All right. There we are.
Wait a minute, dear. It's upside down, isn't it?
What? No, it isn't.
It doesn't match.
What?
Dear, don't be careful. Don't paste it up, dear. It doesn't match.
What do you mean it doesn't match?
You've got the front end of a horse on the back end of a goat.
What?
Oh, didn't you match the paper before you cut it? Did you cut all those strips without matching them? Oh, Albert, all the paper that you...
All right. Now don't get
honey.
excited. It doesn't matter. I can always lift it up from the bottom and match it up here somewhere anyhow.
Then the paper isn't going to reach to the bottom.
Certainly it is. I can piece it out down there with what's left from the top.
Oh, piece it. How is that going to look?
Well, it won't matter. After all, the bed will be against the wall. It won't show.
Oh, won't show. This is my guest room. I want it to look just right.
Well, look, no, the guests are not going to go yanking the beds away from the wall to look at the wallpaper.
Well, for heaven's sakes, if they drop something under the bed, they'll yank the bed away from the wall.
What are they going to drop?
I don't know what they're going to drop, but if they crawl under the bed, they'll see the paper doesn't match.
Look, if our guests are crawling under the bed, they'll be in no condition to see whether the wallpaper matches or not. Now, come on, for Pete's sake, this paste is getting dry. Let's get this up there. See if you can find the rest of that goat.
Oh, I don't know. What is it next to?
Well, it's next to a fence.
I don't see any fence at all.
Wow. As a matter of fact, that isn't a horse at all that you were talking about. It's a sheep.
There's no sheep on here.
No sheep? You mean what,
No.
sitting next to a stone
there's
wall?
no sheep on no stone wall. Here's a bridge. Here's a bridge.
I got no bridge.
Have you got a castle up there in the corner?
Castle? No, I got a tree with some people sitting under it.
Honest. Well, here's the people. There should be a little pavilion, right? Have you got a pavilion?
No, I haven't.
Pavilion?
Oh, I got a pavilion way down here.
Oh,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm going to look the rest of the paper.
Well, come on.
I just don't know what you were thinking of to cut the paper before you even matched it. What were you thinking of?
Banana cream pie. I was thinking about banana cream. I don't know what you were thinking of, to buy an idiotic wallpaper like this anyhow, with castles and horses and sheep all over it. Honest.
You just loved it. When I brought it home, you just loved it.
Sure, by that time I'd have loved it if it had purple alligators all over it.
Thank you.
Oh, honey, look, come on. Will you come on? We paid $2.75 a roll for this.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
come
true.
on, let's get it up.
Yeah.
The paste is getting dry.
Yeah.
See if you can find a stone wall.
Well, I don't see any stone wall, dear. There's no stone wall.
Look for a Grecian urn then with a plant growing out of it.
Oh, here,
Huh?
there, right up at the top. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Pull
All
the
right.
paper up about a foot.
Yeah,
there.
all right.
Right there.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. Right
Okay.
up there.
All right.
There. There you
Wait
are.
a minute. Gotta
There
get it.
you are.
All right.
Right there.
All right, there. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah, give me a brush. Brush.
Brush.
A brush.
Brush. All right.
Brush. Will you hurry up while I got it?
Just a minute.
Come on. Get me the brush.
Come on. Here you are. Here you are.
Oh, no. I want the paste brush. I want the smoothing brush. The smoothing brush. I don't want the...
I don't want the
That's the
smoothing
paste brush. Brush, give me the smoothing. Never mind.
What do you want?
Get me a sponge, a wet
What?
sponge.
What?
A wet sponge.
But I don't have a wet sponge. I don't carry one around with me.
Well, all right, never mind. Give me a cloth. Give me that cloth. There, will you get this paste off here? Oh, God, I don't know why you'd give me that.
Here.
There, all right, there, that'll do
Look
it.
how your
Okay,
paper's
well,
going to be
still
dry
good.
before we
All
get
right,
the paper up here.
Now, all right, get me the smoothing brush. Hurry up.
The smoothing brush.
Hurry up. There, that's it. All right. There, good. That'll do it.
To cut that off the top there.
Yeah, all right.
Don't wrinkle it. Don't
No,
wrinkle it.
I won't.
Yeah, get in the car then. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
I know, yeah, for the papers, John.
Yeah, all right, well, there, now, I gotta get it up around the corner, then around the top of this window frame here. I'll need a casing wheel.
I beg your pardon?
Casing wheel.
Casing wheel.
Come on, hurry up.
All right, I don't know what a casing wheel is here.
Here, here, this. That's it.
Well, I don't think you're doing that right. Well, you're going to rip the paper that way, Albert. Dear. Dear. Dear.
What?
Well, you are ripping the paper.
Look, could I just do this my own way, just once? Could I, please? Could I?
Well, I know you're not doing that right. Well, you're ripping the paper.
Well,
It's going to be about 2 inches of wall there with no wallpaper. Dear. Dear. Dear.
Oh, look, I can't get at it from here. I gotta get down.
Well,
I gotta get down. Would you tell me why in heaven's name you would put that bucket of paste right at the foot of the ladder where I have to get down?
You told me to ask me for a brush.
Oh, Alice. How much did that fellow want?
$40.
You remember his phone number?
I saved it.
Come on, let's get to the phone and call him up. I mean, that's